guys, it's Olivia and I'm back with another video. So something you may know about me is that I am a track and field athlete. Specifically, I do long jump and triple jump. And if you want to see a video of me doing some jumping, you can watch this video right here. It is a vlog of my first track meet back since the pandemic. But anyways, the shoes that track athletes wear are called spikes. But you have different spikes for different events. So you have sprint spikes, middle distance spikes, long distance spikes, long jump spikes, triple jump spikes, high jump spikes, etc., etc. Each event has their own specific shoe that you wear. So I became primarily a jumper in university. I have always jumped. I've been sprinting and jumping since I was about 6 years old, but I was always a sprinter first. And so because of that, I had sprint spikes like these. So these are really old sprint spikes. I've had them for like 7 years, but I literally still use them. Like, I literally love these shoes. I bought them when I was in the 10th grade, and now I'm in my 5th year of my undergrad. Like, these shoes have been through the ringer. They're kind of torn up and they're kind of tinted brown from the sand, but I literally love these shoes. However, the reason why it is recommended that you wear jump spikes to jump is because these spikes have barely any support. So when you sprint, you're supposed to sprint on your toe. So if my hand is the ground, your foot should be at about this angle, and the actual studs of the shoe will dig into the track. And as you can see, there's not studs on the back because you're just supposed to run on the ball of your foot, right? So you go like this. However, when you're jumping, you sprint down the runway on your toes, but then when you take off flat-footed. But this shoe was not created to impact the ground with a flat foot. So there was no heel support on this shoe. So when you jump in shoes that don't have jumping support, that's how you can hurt yourself. And I'm not gonna lie, I have sprained my ankle jumping in these spikes, but then I still continue to jump in these spikes. Why, you might ask? So I do have a pair of jump spikes. These right here, as you can see, they are Saucony. And as you can see, the heel on this shoe is a lot thicker than the heel on this shoe. The heel on this shoe is basically non-existent, and the heel right here, you have that thickness right there. So why don't I wear these shoes? So I bought these shoes about 4 years ago. I bought them when I was 18, and I just don't like them. Like, I don't like the feel of these shoes. I don't have anything against Saucony. Like, don't get it twisted. I just don't like the feel of these shoes. My coach says, once you find a brand that works for you, stick with that brand. So if you like Nike, continue to buy Nike till the end of time. If you like Adidas, Under Armour, Reebok, New Balance, Saucony, whatever shoe has worked best for you in the past will probably continue to work best for you in the future, so just keep buying that shoe. So even though I knew that, because these are like my favorite shoes in the entire world, why did I buy Saucony jump spikes even though I know I like Nike because of my sprint spikes? Canada does not value jumps. You can find sprint spikes at any sporting goods store across the country. Jump spikes, these are the only ones. These are the only jump spikes in the country. Trust me, I've checked. So you can only get Saucony jump spikes in Canada, specifically Saucony long jump spikes, because as I said, each event has different shoes, and I do long jump and triple jump. There are no triple jump spikes in this country. You cannot find them. Try. They don't exist. They don't exist. These are the only long jump spikes across all of Canada, and triple jump spikes don't exist. So I bought what was available to me, and I don't like these shoes, and so I just went right back to these. However, I'm trying to make something of myself in this sport. I want to potentially make Team Canada, potentially go to the next Olympics. Like, I'm serious about track and field. I know I don't talk about track very much on my channel, but I am serious about track. And so in order to prevent injury, because an injured athlete can't do anything, so in order to prevent injury, I don't want to continue to wear these shoes. And the stronger I get and the faster I get is going to be the harder I hit the runway while I'm doing my jumps, right? So I want to get shoes with support so that I can excel in this sport. So what did I do? I went on eBay, as you can see from the tape. I went on eBay and I bought myself some jump spikes. So I actually bought 2 pairs of spikes, but this is the first one that came in. So this video is going to be filmed over the course of multiple days. This is what's going to happen in this video. I'm going to unbox my triple jump spikes, which I have right here. Then when my long jump spikes come in the mail, I'll unbox those. Then I'm going to film my first long jump practice and my first triple jump practice wearing my respective spikes. And then I'm going to film my first long jump competition and my first triple jump competition wearing my new spikes. So I'm not saying like, oh, I got new shoes, so I'm just miraculously gonna jump the best I've ever jumped before. No, but I just want to document the moment, because when I started wearing these shoes, I started jumping so poorly, and I don't know if it's just because I wasn't used to the shoes, because these are thicker, they're a little bit heavier, they're a little bit stiffer. Like these shoes I can just like kind of bend, and these shoes I can't really. Like they're a lot stiffer because they have to be, because they need to support you, right? So I don't know if I just wasn't used to the flexibility of the shoe, or if I wasn't used to the weight of the shoe, or if Saucony just doesn't make shoes that I like. I don't know. I'm not knocking Saucony. I actually like Saucony for being the only company in Canada that is actually willing to sell jump spikes. So I definitely give Saucony kudos for that. So I am not knocking Saucony, but maybe they're just not for me. And that's fine, but they might be for someone else. And luckily for them, Saucony actually is in Canada. Anyways, so I bought these. These are triple jump spikes. My long jump spikes have yet to come in the mail. But yeah, I just want to document it because I just want to prove to myself that I can jump just as far in jump spikes. Like whenever I would do a competition in these shoes and I didn't jump well, which was every competition, I never ever jumped well in these shoes, and I competed in them for probably a year, and I never ever jumped well in these shoes. And then the minute I switched back to these, I started jumping well again. So I don't know if it's physically the shoe or if it's a psychological thing. I'm the kind of person that can really get in my head, and I'm like, oh, these shoes are heavier, oh, I'm not gonna jump as far, oh, these shoes don't flex as much, oh, I'm not gonna jump as far. Like, I'm the kind of person who can get really in my head. So maybe it's not even the shoe, maybe it's just psychological. Maybe I bought new jump shoes for no reason, but I'm not gonna find that out until I go out and buy the Nike shoe, and now I don't have that psychological barrier, and then I can just go out and jump. So if I go out and jump in my Nike shoes and I still jump poorly, then it's not these shoes specifically. It's just jump shoes in general, and clearly jump shoes are not for me, and your girl might have to go out and use sprint spikes again. I won't be using these ones specifically anymore because they're literally 7 years old. I bought them when I was 16 and I'm about to turn 23, so these shoes are very old. So I won't be using these shoes specifically, but I will go out and buy new sprint spikes if these are not doing it for me. But I am really excited about these shoes because I've done a lot of research on these shoes, and these are the lightest jump spikes I could find. And so let me unbox these triple jump spikes. So here's the box, and it looks like it opens here from the side where it's taped up. So I'm going to take my scissors and just cut it open. Bubble wrap, and here are the spikes. So they're definitely thick, which is something I don't know if I like in a jump spike, but they're very light. Like they honestly, these are triple jump spikes, which are thicker and sturdier than long jump spikes because you're doing 3 jumps and you're jumping off of both feet. So you need a lot of support, which is why the bottom is so thick in comparison to this. This heel is a lot thicker than this heel, right? So even though this is thicker, it feels so much lighter, and I really like that. Like these shoes are, I think, 7.8 ounces. And these shoes are over 8 ounces. So it's not that big a difference, but psychologically for me, it's different. And so, yeah, they are light. They really feel light in my hands. So they should feel really light on my feet. And yeah, so that's the unboxing. So here are my first ever pair of triple jump spikes. I've never owned triple jump spikes before. And as you can see, they're Nike and they're very light. And I really like that. Also, if I look inside the right shoe, the seller gave me the pins in this little baggie along with the, I don't even remember what this is called at this point. I've been out of track for so long. The thing you use to put the pins in the shoe. I can't even remember what it's called right now. But yeah, so these are the shoe. They don't really flex. As you can see, I can't bend them like how I can bend my sprint spikes. So they're definitely sturdy shoes, which is what I need. But they're so light. Like, honestly, they feel kind of the same weight as these. And I really, really like that. They're not. These are like 3 ounces. And these are like 7, as I said. But the point is, they feel really light, and I like that. Now let me actually put it on, because what if it doesn't fit? Oh my gosh, that'd be so embarrassing. So let me just look at the size, because it should be my size. So these are a men's 8, which is equivalent to what a woman's 9.5 should be. So let me actually put it on my foot. Okay, so they're on my feet. And yes, I'm wearing shorts, but you would never typically know that because I don't typically show my legs on the internet. But I have the shoes on. They're a little snug, but like not in a bad way. Like they're narrow shoes and I like that. So yeah, I like them. They fit and I haven't put the studs in yet. So they're not even spikes at the moment because I haven't put the spikes in. But yeah. These feel good. They fit my feet. And as I said, I'm going to have footage of me jumping in them and I'll share with you guys my results from the meet and such. But yeah, like I'm happy. I'm happy thus far. I'm happy to own my first pair of triple jump spikes. I've been triple jumping for almost 10 years at this point. I started triple jumping when I was 13 and I'm about to be 23. So I've been doing this specific event for 10 years and I finally bought the right shoes. But yeah, I am so happy right now. And the next time you'll see me is when I am unboxing my Nike Long Jump spikes. Okay, so it is 9 days later. It is now November 12th, and my long jump spikes have finally come in. You can see it's a little bit crushed, but it's not a delicate item, so everything inside should be fine. And we're just gonna open it up. And here we have them. So they came in their own separate little baggies. Oh, they're like saran wrapped. Okay. Here is the right shoe. And the left shoe. Here they are. And inside are the studs along with the spike key or spike wrench or whatever you want to call it. And here are my new long jump spikes. The person did write on it though. Like, do you see that? There's pen on here and not on here. So I'm not quite sure why there's writing on it. But for the most part, other than that, they look brand new. And now let me put them on my feet to make sure that they fit. Okay, so I'm trying to put them on. I pretty much have them on my feet, and for the most part, they fit and they're relatively comfortable, but this zipper won't zip up all the way. So I got the left one up all the way, and the right zipper, no matter what I do, won't zip past here while it's on my foot. So when I first got it, it was fully zipped up. So I know the zipper's not broken, but when it's on my foot, I cannot get it to zip past here, and I don't want to break it, so I don't want to force it. I'll eventually get it up because I'm not going to wear the shoe unzipped, but for right now, I can't get them to zip all the way up on the right side. So now, before I start showing footage of me practicing in these shoes and then competing in these shoes, I just want to quickly compare them to the triple jump ones that I got last week, or for you a few minutes ago earlier in this video. So as you can see, I've put the studs in at this point. You can see they're very pointy. And this shoe only comes with 6 studs. Meanwhile, this one comes with 7. So I don't really think it's that big of a difference. Every pair of spikes I've owned have used 7, and this is the first one I've ever owned that only has 6. But for the most part, I don't think it's that big a deal. But then if we look at the bottom, like these were both released in the same year. I'm pretty sure these aren't the newest version. There's newer versions out, but these were both released in the same year, and they're both the same color. Like these come in different colors, and I got the black and purple for both of them. And like if you look at the bottom, you can see like the blue and purple dots within the black on the top. And yeah, I just think that they complement each other. Like they're literally the same shoe. It's just one is the triple jump version and one is the long jump version. And then once again, talking about the actual makeup of the shoe, as I showed you with my Saucony ones, the bottom is a lot thinner and has less of a heel. Like as you can see, the purple on here is a lot thinner than the purple over here. This one's very thick. And also you can see that there's more of an arch here than there is on this shoe. So just some simple differences. Also, I've noticed that the long jump spikes have a zipper that goes up the shoe to kind of keep sand out. This one doesn't, but I've jumped in these a couple of times already. The footage I will show after this. And I haven't gotten much sand in my shoe. So yeah, I haven't practiced in these yet, but I'm really looking forward to doing that. And a little bit of a heads up, I suppose, if you're gonna buy through eBay. Typically, when you buy spikes brand new from the store, they come with a spike bag. So this is just an old Nike spike bag that I have. The new ones are like a green color. This is a picture of what the new ones look like, but this is just an old one I had. So you want a spike bag because you don't want to throw these in your backpack and then they're just gonna like tear the inside of your bag. So you take your spikes and you put them in the spike bag and then you put them in your backpack, right? So typically when you buy a new pair of spikes, they come with these, but both of the eBay sellers I purchased from didn't give it to me with the spike bag, which is honestly fine because I have extras, so it's really not a big deal. But if this is gonna be your first ever pair of spikes, then you might want to ensure that a spike bag comes with it, because there are some people on eBay who are selling it with the spike bag. It just so happens that the 2 I bought didn't come with it, so I just wanted to point that out. And the next footage you'll see is me practicing in my new triple jump spikes, practicing in my new long jump spikes, and then you'll see my first competition in each. Okay, so it seems like I only have one clip from practice, and it's of me triple jumping. We were just doing a quick drill, just me going through my first 2 phases. So I just do my hop step and then I just kind of run through. The next clip I have is from this Friday. It was me triple jumping at my first indoor meet of the season. I jumped 11 meters and 26 centimeters. And then these final 2 clips I have are also from Friday. I did both long and triple jump on the same day, and 2 out of my 6 jumps were the same distance. Both of them were 5 meters and 20 centimeters. And so there you have it. That was my experience with my new long jump and triple jump spikes. The meet didn't go as well as I'd hoped, and I don't think it's due to the spikes. Back when I was wearing my Saucony long jump spikes, I couldn't even get over 5 meters in those shoes. And with my Nike long jump spikes, I got to 520, which isn't great for me. My personal best is 553, and I was hoping to get close to or above that a couple of days ago, which didn't end up happening, but that's all right. I was still over 5, so I'd say that my Nike jump spikes are better than my Saucony ones were. And then as for triple jump, I was still able to get over 11 meters, which my personal best is 11.72 meters. And I only jumped 11.26. So once again, I was hoping to get close to or over my PB, which didn't end up happening. But my standard for what I'm okay with is 5 meters and up for long jump and 11 meters and up for triple jump. And so I hit both of those targets, and it was only my first meet of the indoor season. And so I'm hoping to get better as the season goes on. But I can say that there is no longer that psychological barrier for my jump spikes. I'm no longer thinking, oh, they're heavier, so I'm not going to jump as far because I'm carrying more weight. Like, that's not on my mind anymore. These shoes are going to work for me. My coach actually did give me the option to jump in my sprint spikes. But then I chose to jump in my jumping spikes because, as I said at the beginning of this video, I'm really trying to get serious with this sport, and I don't want to hurt myself by wearing the wrong shoes. I've been wearing the wrong shoes for years on years on years, over 10 years at this point, and it's just time for me to stop making excuses for myself. So yes, the meet wasn't spectacular, but it was decent, and the shoes felt good. One thing I will say, my long jump spikes, I did end up getting the right one to zip up all the way. But while I was competing, it came undone. So like, you know how like you'll zip up your jacket and then like part of it will unzip in the middle and then you're trying to zip it down and you can't? That's what ended up happening. So I don't know what's up with the zipper on the right shoe, but for the most part, the shoes are fine. One thing I will say, when I first tried on the triple jump spikes, I said they were a little bit snug. They did feel a little tight for the first few practices that I wore them, and then now they just feel fine. My long jump spikes, however, even though they're the same size, they feel a little big. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I have more room, which isn't bad. Like, they're not falling off my feet or anything. My feet aren't shifting around in the shoe, but they feel a little big. Like, I feel like I have a bit more toe space than I'm used to, but all in all, everything is fine, and I will continue to be jumping in these shoes. And no, I won't be keeping them for 7 years because that's ridiculous. You're supposed to change your spikes like every year or every other year, and obviously I have not been doing that because I showed you my Bruck Up turquoise sprint spikes that I've had for 7 years. So I'm just trying to take care of my feet at this point. So I'm going to start updating my spikes more regularly, but for the next year or two, I'm going to be wearing these spikes, and thus far I am very satisfied with them. I have another meet coming up this weekend and the weekend after that, and then I have a break from competitions, but we're still going to be training throughout all of December, and then we start competing again in January, and we're competing every single weekend from the second week of January onward all the way to the first week of March. So I do have a lot more competitions coming up. I think I have 10 meets total between now and March, if I counted correctly. And so I have more opportunities to hit the numbers that I want to hit. And I feel like it was a decent season opener. And yeah, I would recommend these spikes. I've only been wearing them for a few weeks. I got them at the beginning of November, and now it's today that I'm filming this is November 21st. So I've had them for about 3 weeks at this point, and they've been good to me. So I'm just gonna say that. So that's all for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you think your friends will enjoy it, be sure to share it with them. All my social media links will be down below in case you want to follow me on there. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because I'm making videos every Monday, and I'll see you next Monday with a new video.